about the best wide receivers for the Browns in the draft? I'm curious as to, when you look at that, who you think.
I think this is where me and Andrew Berry will have a differing mindset when it comes to this position. I want to get somebody bigger, right? Because I just don't think that the Browns have anybody who really plays in that style. I know people will point out Cedric Tillman, but Cedric Tillman's more of an athlete than he is a big body wide receiver. I want somebody who can kind of box out, be physical, use their length and stretch down there. I think Keon Coleman can do a good job of doing that, and Xavier Leggett can also. If you're asking me what I think Andrew Berry likes, I think Andrew Berry would love if Xavier Worthy failed to him at 54.
Yeah, the speed guys haven't worked out, and I'm trying to think back. I guess Will Fuller with guys with Watson. Will Fuller was really successful. But I don't even know that he
do we count Brandon Cooks as a speed guy?
I guess. Is Will Fuller real? I mean, Fuller was. I mean, he is, but it's not like he was a track star kind of guy.
Hey, you know who did work out with Deshaun Watson really well? DeAndre Hopkins. Now, I'm not saying Keon Coleman is DeAndre Hopkins, but the same things that made you hesitant about taking DeAndre Hopkins in the first round are the same things that are making you hesitant about Keon Coleman.
The guy that intrigues me, and I'm curious as to what you think about, what do you think about Corley? Corley, and I think you and I were talking about, he reminds me a little bit of Anquan Bolden as opposed to Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, I worry about when somebody gets those Debo comps, because I know the first thing every offensive coordinator is going to do is make them run a million end arounds. And I'm just not a big fan of the end around anymore. Like, I don't think it fools people anymore. Like, I just think it's a dead play.
Guys are faster. NFL defenders are faster.
They're looking for it, too. And you notice the end arounds haven't really worked for Deebo Samuel the last couple of years, right? Like, it's not been something that they can go to. So I worry about when teams kind of get keyed in on that. It's like, oh, are you going to really invest a lot of energy into making this guy do something that's a bit more of a dying breed? Now, where the Browns could use somebody at wide receiver, somebody who can catch a short pass and have that yak ability, similar to with David Njoku, because Amari Cooper, he's going to get yak, but he's not a ton of yak guy. Like, you don't just throw a screen to Amari Cooper. Jerry Jeudy, he's not been that so far in his NFL career, and they tried it with Elijah Moore. It hasn't worked. So when we talk about position versatility, I do think Malachi Corley kind of fits in there because he does play a different style than what we've seen our wide receivers have.
Yeah, and I get it, people will push back and say, well, Western Kentucky. I get that. And that's what, that's the judgment that the Browns have to make. If they think those things translate to the NFL, Corley's an interesting guy.